The next one here is Frank Zrinsky. He is a loyal focus group listener, and he recently contacted me for some orders. Thank you, Frank. And he is a company that does real estate photography, architectural photography, and he's got an interesting story about where the name came from. The name of his company is called Motion City Media. Every time I read it, John, I said Moon City.
Oh, yeah,
So
the old
Motion
company,
City
Motion
Media.
City Media.
And let's get him on and talk to him a little bit.
Hello, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
Frank, it's a pleasure to see you today. Tell us about Motion City Media. What is your company?
Motion City Media, we're a real estate and architectural photography company. We basically do the photography for the real estate agents and all the fun marketing when they get a new listing.
All right, so you're the one responsible for making rooms look bigger than they really are.
We make for sure.
Have you moved into drone photography yet for some commercial properties and outdoor stuff?
Absolutely. The drone photography and videography is actually taking off. We've got an incredible drone pilot, Greg. His business is Skyview AP. He just crushes it for us. He makes us look good out there.
So how do you go about, so how long have you been doing this and what did you do before?
This is going to be our 10th year in August.
Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you so much. It's exciting. Hey, but we surround ourselves by the best, so it's not just me. So I was a realtor for a long time, loved real estate. Real estate can be a little bit stressful, but I love the marketing end. Did you guys remember a company called Foxton's Real Estate? They were in Manhattan. They had little, like, those Peace Mini Coopers that drove around everywhere.
Yep, I do.
Yep, so that's who I worked for, and they did a lot of things right, and I learned from them and just, forgot the bad stuff. And what they did right was they did professional marketing on every one of their properties, so that's what we're going for.
Wow.
I'm fascinated by this because I have a friend upstate she's a real estate broker. She owns her own agency, and one day she said to me that the drone photography is going to transform real estate because now a broker can show you the external part of a home. The drone can go up. You can get a sense of the property. You can get a sense of views. So when you look at working with realtors, is that more in demand now, or is it it's still you're delivering production quality photography, and then maybe they want this as an add-on?
For sure. It starts with the photos. It's the one thing everybody sees. So whether anybody gets a video from us, drone photography, 3D, what goes to every website is the stunning interior and exterior photography. So that is what captures the eye and gets the buyer. So instead of 4 buyers come to the property, 20 buyers come to the property.
Right.
And then the drone is supplemental, and we keep everything in one link so everybody can access all the media. And for sure, we fly from the front door to the boardwalk, to the ocean, to the town.
Yeah.
And it saves them a drive-by. Then they come in and just look at the house instead of doing any preliminary work.
Hey, Frank, isn't there a challenge with every realtor? We all have cameras, right? Because
Yes.
we all have cell phones. So I'm just going to click, click, click. And I'm guessing your challenge is how you convince some of these realtors that it's worth the investment to spend the money for professional photography, because I think there's a whole website of funny pictures where you see the beds are unmade, the toilet's not flush. I mean, you can't believe some of the pictures that people put up on these websites. So what would an average session cost, though, for somebody if they wanted to hire a professional photographer for a 3-bedroom house?
For sure. We look at the price point as $199.95, but we look at it as an investment. So they're spending that $200, but they're getting all these new buyer leads. So often our $200 investment turns into $6,000 for them because they get another lead from it. Our smart agents, which all of them are absolutely incredible, they'll hire us even for like the little 1-bedroom bungalows because, again, we make them look amazing and they get a ton more buyers at the door, then they capture a new lead. So it works full circle, and then what we love to do, we invest in our clients, and then our clients invest in us. So just this way we all succeed together. It works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Frank, from a business expansion point of view, you're down in Asbury Park, right?
Absolutely, yep.
So how much bigger can you get, and how many more clients can you serve? It seems like there's a geographic footprint because you're going to be dealing with realtors that are within a certain zone for you. But how many miles out do you think you could service?
Right now we service about 50 to 75 miles out, but it's infinite. So what we do, we work with amazing people. We get them set up with the right gear, the right system in the process. We train them intensely. Our lead photographer, his name is Drew, so he's in charge of training, and he teaches them my style and Drew's style, and then we replicate it. And then what works out well for our photographers, they send us all their photos at the end of the day, and we take care of the editing. So it's consistent across the board, no matter who's shooting it. So it lets you really replicate and expand across the state and eventually the country.
Yeah, my roommate, I was telling you, Frank, is a real estate photographer, and he does great work as well. I sold my house in a day, and I think it was definitely from those photographs, so I know it's an important thing.
I didn't recognize the house.
The magic of a
I was
photo.
like, I want to move here.
Oh, it's next door.
It's next door, right?
So, Frank, it sounds like from a expansion point of view, Motion City Media has room to grow as long as you can identify talent in other markets and work with them. You guys do a lot of the back end and a lot of the hard work, the editing, the cropping, the serving up the photo. But I think it's a cool business.
You do staging too, then?
We actually work with great stagers. So we pass them off to our stagers and they get it all ready. But we have a really nice prepare sheet so the sellers can be in control of the process. So the sellers get the property ready. We get in there. We're usually there for about 75 minutes, and we get stunning photography. Like, we usually deliver about 40 photos from a 75-minute session.
Wow. That's great.
Now, you know, we're all talking about the properties that sound great. I'm sure, Frank, that you have had, and in your previous life as a realtor, I am sure you've walked into a few places and you're like, okay, we're going to take a picture of that light in the corner and the front door, and the rest we're going to leave to the imagination. Does that ever happen?
Oh, for sure. We'll have to share some stories offline.
Hey, Frank, real quick, how'd you come up with the name Motion City Media? I thought that was kind of interesting. It goes along with the story Tim was telling about the executive slacks.
For sure. One of our favorite bands is Motion City Soundtrack, and trying to name the business originally was like TriStar Media, all these basic things. And then our favorite band is Motion City Soundtrack. So they influenced our name. And whenever we see them in concert, we're like, hey, we named our company after you, and then they smile, you know?
But they did something with a Moog synthesizer?
Yeah, they had a really cool, unique sound, and even one of their songs was a Will and Grace reference. They're good dudes.
We'll check them out.
Now, Brian had said as he introduced you that you watched our show or listened to our show for a while?
We've listened for many, many years, from Aunt Barbara to Paul and Mass. Like, literally, we've implemented a lot of things that you guys have spoken about. Like,
oh boy, and you're still here.
Yeah, we're making it. Actually, we've doubled every year. All organic growth. We've spent $100 on marketing in 9 years.
Wow.
Literally, what we do is we just be incredible to everybody, have an awesome product, and we get all of our business through referrals and just people seeing what our work looks like.
And you know, Frank, that is the heart of it, isn't it? Especially in real estate.
Networking, word of mouth.
People-to-people business, customer service. A realtor says, I use Motion City Media. Man, did they kick back some amazing images. It really helped move the property. And that is there's no magic
they use
there,
Admark
right?
360.
Ah, well, of course. Now we know the
You
secret.
have our socks?
VW, we remember your advertisers, and yes, we have a pair of socks from 4 years.
You'll have to send us a note to letters@focusgroupradio.com, and we'll get you some new socks.
Two pair, I think they need.
Yeah,
I'll look forward to the
pair.
new ones.
Hey, Frank, Frank Zrinsky, right, from Motion City Media. Why don't you let our listeners know how to reach you via the web so that they can use your services?
Awesome. Thank you guys for the opportunity, and thank you for having us on the show today. It's motioncitymedia.com, and also our number is 888-771-7872. And I do want to say we're surrounded by the best. Like, our team is everything, and that's why we're so successful. Our team and our clients. So it's not just me, but it's everybody working together.
And that's a good owner. You
Yep.
thank everybody that helps make the product. I think it's fantastic. Frank, have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
It's Frank from Motion City Media, and the address again is motioncitymedia.com.
Hey, guys, thanks for your time
Thank
today.
you.